Magicreate, and today we'll be making Adam Savage's $5 sword. I was inspired by his tutorial video and followed it to make this awesome sword. It was very helpful, and I admire Adam Savage for his awesome making skills, and I follow him on YouTube. So go check out his videos and check out the tutorial in the link below, because this video isn't really a tutorial. I'll just be showing you how I made my very own $5 sword. Okay, here are all our materials that we're going to use for our $5 sword, excluding our square or rectangular piece of wood for the hilt and the main wooden board that we'll be using for the blade and handle. So let's start with aluminum foil tape. This will be used to make the blade have a nice silver sheen to it, make it look like metal. Then we have electrical tape, which will be used for the grip. 3 types of sandpaper. We're gonna have a lot of sanding to do. Here's our coarse 60 grit, our finishing 120 grit, and our medium 100 grit. Then we have our glue to glue everything together, our pencil and Sharpie for marking our measurements, our ruler also for measurements, make sure we're accurate, paint, spray paint, I have navy blue, obviously, to paint the sword, and our trusty coping saw to cut the wood. That is pretty much all you'll be needing for your $5 sword. This is not really a tutorial, so head over to Adam Savage's $5 sword video for a complete tutorial. He does an awesome job, and that's what I'll be following for my video. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit different from Adam Savage's $5 sword. I'm going to be painting it blue instead of black, and I'm not going to be adding kitchen twine for like a nice cool grip. I'm just going to be just wrapping it with electrical tape. But I'm going to try to be as accurate as I can, and let's see how I do. Okay, the first step for making our $5 sword will be to write out the measurements. So we have to draw the measurements onto the sword. For that, I'm going to be sketching with my pencil, and then going over the important lines with to finalize them with my fine tip Sharpie, with my trusty ruler to make sure I get nice and straight lines. I also have a protractor just in case I need to get the angles precise. So that is how I will be doing my measurements. This is not really a tutorial, so check out Adam Savage's video for the full measurements and how to. So I'm gonna go measure it and be right back. I have written out all the measurements, and so I think it's time to start cutting. Unfortunately, I cannot get good footage of me cutting, and it will take a while because I'm doing it all by hand. I just have a handy coping saw. I don't have any power tools, so this might take a while. I'll be back with my fully cut sword. Okay, I am finally done cutting out my blade of my sword as well as the handle. And it is looking pretty beautiful. Just don't pay attention to all the really bad cutting I've done. It isn't my proudest job, but that's what we're gonna take care of when we do our sanding. So next step is sanding, a lot of sanding. This is kind of an added step because Adam Savage himself didn't do sanding after this step. That's because he used a machine. I hand sawed and it wasn't looking so pretty, so we will be doing a lot of sanding. I'll be back as soon as I've done that. Okay, I have done a whole lot of sanding with my 60 grit sandpaper here. This gets rid of a lot of rough material. And so I think that looks a lot better, and it doesn't look like I failed at cutting miserably. Now that it's sanded, I'm going to start shaping it so it looks like it's sharp on the edges. And I'll be back once I'm done with this. Okay, I have shaped the blade a bit. It's not too much of a difference, but I think it will look pretty good in the finished product. And I've also used a little bit of 100 grit sandpaper to finish it down a little bit, especially the handle. And then I've started the cross guard, just marking it up for cutting. Okay, now I'm going to drill a hole in each corner of this so I can saw the rest. So I can saw a hole in the middle to put it onto the handle of the sword. So as you can see, I've already started. I'm going to do that. Okay, I have finished hollowing out the cross guard, so it'll go up here. Just put it on. And I've made the pommel out of like 3 square pieces of wood, glued them together. And so that'll go right there on the end of the sword. And I know it looks pretty bad, so that's why we're gonna give it a fresh, nice coat of blue paint. So I'll just be spray painting it, and then we can get ready to put them on the sword itself. I think I'll also cut this a little bit short at the handle, so maybe till here, about. So I'm gonna go do that. Okay, I've cut the handle to size, so now it's short enough for my hand. And now I think it's time to paint the crossguard and the pommel. So I'm just gonna apply a good few coats of my navy blue spray paint. Okay, the parts have all dried. It's like this really nice glossy blue sheen. I really like it, especially like the texture. It's like so smooth. And so now it's time to glue it on to the handle. So it's really coming together now. And then after that, we'll just put on the aluminum foil tape. Okay, I have glued on with my CA glue the pommel and the crossguard, and it is looking really awesome. Of course, there are some still like line markings and everything, which will but that'll all get covered up with the electrical tape on the handle, and then the aluminum foil tape on the blade. And this is turning out really awesome. Yeah, I love like the navy blue sheen on that crossguard and pommel. I'm just gonna let this dry for a bit, and then I'm going to do the aluminum foil tape, I think, first, and then the electrical tape. See you soon. Okay, wow. It looks really good. I've covered the blade in the aluminum foil tape, and it is so shiny. It looks amazing. It looks pretty realistic. It has a few crumples, but I'm only human, so it's gonna... But I think it looks really good. So, that is the sword here. That is really awesome. I'm very satisfied with that. And that means we only have one step left, which is to put the electrical tape on the handle to make the grip. So I'm just gonna do that, and then our sword will be complete. It is looking really awesome, guys. I'm really happy with this project. Okay guys, it is finally done. I've put the grip, and it's really nice and comfy with electrical tape. A few layers of it. It's like really nice and cushy. And that means the sword is done. And it is amazing. Absolutely amazing. This is probably my best creation for now. I'll have some cool videos coming up. But that is my first major creation. Adam Savage's $5 sword. It did cost me a little bit over $5, but that's okay, because it turned out to be amazing. Did take quite some time, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing this again, but that was just a very nice experience to build, and now to have this awesome sword. Thank you guys for watching, and it has been an amazing build. Of course, none of this would have been possible without my loyal subscribers and viewers. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do and like this video. And of course, a big thanks to Adam Savage. For future projects, make sure to support me by subscribing and liking my videos. I hope I could do more cool projects like this in the future. See you next time.